Hey everyone, it's Nate and this is the Nader Tater channel. Alright, let me talk to you about my work from home setup. Here is my desk and my chair, as well as my computer monitors and some accessories that I have with it. And I really want to go through and show some of the stuff that I did that, at least to me, has made working from home more enjoyable. You know, I basically work two jobs down here. One of them is engineering manager, and I do most of my work, I would say, at home, sometimes going into the office for specific meetings or events. And then the other time, I'm working on my YouTube channel that you're watching right now. And so that's also done down here. So I have really two setups that are separate, but I didn't want to have two completely different desks or have to move around to do those different jobs. So I'm down here in the basement. You know, before the pandemic, I basically always worked in the office for the engineering job, and then I did any of my own stuff on the computer at home. I have I guess what they call an executive style desk, you know, the wooden desk that has the built-in drawers and stuff, and a big comfy leather chair. As soon as I started working from home and seeing that every day, all day long, I quickly realized that that was more of a form over function setup. It looked nice, but honestly, it had some problems. So that's where I went to this setup. So I guess the main feature of it is really the desk and the chair. Those are the things I really wanted to improve. And I had to build this desk myself. I mean, I guess I wouldn't quite say I built it. I assembled it from some different components. There wasn't one that I really wanted exactly. Or if you get to a big L-shaped desk like this, it's very expensive. So now this isn't cheap, but it has a nice feature here. I got my memory buttons here. I can go to 2. And now this is my standing height desk that goes up. You know, and I set this to what, you know, my exact height that I like is. And I have it all tuned in. You can see very few wires are underneath here. You know, I really like that look to it. I basically have 2 wires coming down. One is power for my power strip that I have down here, and the other one is a power for some other stuff. And one of them is not backup powered. The other stuff is a backup. Now this is a small battery backup, and I have a backup generator that kicks on after about 30 seconds, so I don't need a lot of capacity. I just didn't want stuff to turn off when the power goes out, or if I get a any kind of surge in power or brownout. This protects it, and it's actually kicked in several times to just maintain the voltage level correctly. So what I had to do here is the frame of this is a monoprice, and it comes as an L shape. It's adjustable, so this desk is basically 7 foot by 7 foot. And what this top is, I didn't want the cheap white top. I really liked kind of the wood. If you check out the basement, there's a lot of wood in here. So I kind of wanted to keep with that theme. And so this is solid wood here, and these are actually Husky. I guess I hid the little Husky logo because I cut one of them off. The other one is stuck in here. But basically, these are Husky workbench tops that you can buy for individually from Home Depot. So I bought those, and now these are about 2 feet wide. The top is technically supposed to be 25 inches wide. So if you look here, I did not trim this this support brace here, so it sticks out an inch on this side because I had it cover up all the way over here. On this other one, I centered it so it sticks out a ½ inch on either side. Obviously, that's not perfect, and you could trim up these if that really bothered you. But I like this look. This was the cheapest way for me to get a powered L-shaped desk that was 7 feet by 7 feet, so quite large. And then what I had to do also was, because 2 feet is not really actually that wide for a desk, I wanted the monitors to be further away from my eyes. I think you're technically supposed to have the monitors at least away from you as far as the diagonal is. So obviously with these are 32-inch monitors, I can't do that if I put my keyboard here because I'd be too close. So on here I have 2 pull-out drawers that have the keyboard and the mouse for both of these, so these can both pull out simultaneously. I have a nice custom mouse pad. My wife made me some beautiful ones of my kids and dogs, and this now allows me to have these both out and tucked away. I really find that nice and convenient there. Now for these monitors, like I said, they're 32-inch. They don't have any sound in them, so I have a little majority sound bar here just to give me some sound. That's why I, listen to all the YouTube videos that I'm making through that. For my actual work setup, it's provided for me. This laptop is. I went ahead and bought a couple accessories. I was supposed to get a monitor. Actually, they're on back order. So this is a personal monitor I have. But eventually I want to have two external monitors and the laptop set up here so I get some more screen to work with. But for now, this is what I'm doing. You'll see I added this anchor work. This is like a 2K webcam, and it has a built-in speaker as well as 4-mic array, as well as a little light here. So it has a lot of little features. I really like that. I spent a lot of time on video there. The other thing you'll notice here is a mute me button. Now, I'm on Microsoft Teams calls a lot, but I also do Skype or Facebook Messenger chat with family and others. And this works for basically all of those popular ones, Zoom, that kind of stuff. And what's really nice about it is that you set the color, so this will turn red when I am muted, and then I can have it green or white. I think there's like 8 colors you can pick from when you're unmuted. So it's a very easy reminder on if your microphone is muted or not. And then this is a capacitant touch top. So you touch that one time, it changes color, and it instantly takes you off mute or puts you back on mute. So that's a really handy feature. It seems kind of gimmicky to say, hey, I need a mute me button when you can click it, but it's surprisingly convenient to have that there. And then that's just an Asus monitor. That monitor I actually bought it because it has speakers built into it. They're not good speakers, but if you need something with just sound, then that's what you do there. I guess just to mention on this stuff, I do really like these keyboard trays for the sturdiness of the keyboard. The mouse side is a little bit flimsy, and you do notice that when you put your hand on it. I've gotten used to it, but it's just something to know that if you put your hand on it, it does move a little bit with your hand weight. So it's not the sturdiest design there, but that's my only complaint, I would say, with that. So for these next things, what I'll talk about is the monitor stand here. This is one I bought. This is a clamp on. It also allows you to drill a hole and screw it through it. The clamp, once I tighten it down very snugly, it doesn't have a problem moving. In fact, I swing this out of the way for most of my videos, and this is adjustable up, so I can go higher or lower, and then all of these arms are adjustable in multiple different directions: tilt, rotate, swing, and so very adjustable there. That I like that for. Here's a little USB hub. I found this really handy. It's USB as well as SD card, so both a micro and a regular size SD card with a powered switch. So that's something I use often to take video off the card or to transfer files, that kind of stuff. And then for a lot of my data storage for backup and for native tater just videos, I keep them stored on these Western Digital Elements. I think these are like 12 and 14 terabyte drives. They've been great for me. I have this phone charger that, I really like the wireless phone chargers for this kind of stuff. They do charge slower than the plug-in ones, but honestly it's actually better for your battery to charge them slower. And so I just have my phone resting on there oftentimes during the day if I need a charge. You also see my watch. This is a Samsung smartwatch, like a 4 Classic, I think is what it's called. So I leave that charger down here so I can charge it when I'm working. And then I also have an Anchor power block, so if I do need a fast charge for my phone, or if I need a fast charge for my GoPros or whatnot, this little block, not only does it have 2 USB-A ports, it has a USB-C and two 110 outlet ports here. So if I need to plug something in quickly, this is a quick, easy, clean way for me to do that. Now let's talk more again about the power on the desk itself and how I kept the wires clean. So to do that, it looks a little bit messier once we get down here, but you can't see that typically when you're walking around. So underneath here is a couple things to keep things organized. The main one is this huge power strip that I got. It's the Amazon Basic power strip, and I don't even know how many, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, it looks like 11. I would assume it's probably 12. But anyways, it's multiple outlets there that I can plug in all these different devices. I even have a couple extra remaining. And then the other thing is these little wire hides. So these are little channels that stick underneath the desk and allow you to tuck in the wires so that they can mostly stay organized. So that's how I kind of keep all this stuff organized down here. Okay, and then kind of the last thing you'll see down here is I have this filing cabinet. That's just a leftover one I had. I just tuck it down underneath here. It gives me a little bit of file cabinet space, which is nice to have, but with it not being attached to the desk, it can sit down on the ground there. So this allows me to have everything in there. And then I do have this is a Google Home Max, and that gives me something to, one, I have a lot of smart home stuff, so I like to call it. The other thing that's really nice about it for me to have in my office space is I can quickly call my wife or someone else by just telling it to, and it does a video call, and I can quickly do that without having to get out my phone and do something with that. So of course, another very important piece of this puzzle is the chair itself. So I wanted something ergonomic. You know, a lot of the workplaces, including mine, had gone to these mesh style ones, and I do actually really like them. They are nice. We got thick carpet here, so it's a pain to wheel stuff around on it. So I had to buy a chair mat to put it down. I think this guy is, I want to say 60 by 60 inches, so like 5 feet by 5 feet, and that fits perfectly inside of these feet here for me. So that worked out well. I'm kind of lucky with that. And then this chair itself is adjustable, obviously in height. It adjusts how much it tilts back. The armrests go up and down, both in angle and in height, so you can adjust those. The headrest has a lot of adjustment to it here, so we can press these buttons in. And so the only complaint that some people had on this chair online that I saw was that their legs get hurt here because it has this hard support here. But what I found is certainly that it is padded here, but if you sit far forward, then yes, your legs will kind of hit this hard part instead of coming off of it. So the only thing you have to do about it is sit back on it. If you sit too far forward, like this, where your butt is not up against the backrest, then you might feel that a little bit. But for me, it's not bad at all. In fact, it's a very comfortable chair. I sit in it a lot. It rotates very easily. It leans back nicely, and so I like the chair. This is kind of my setup. If you have any questions about it, feel free to ask them in the comments below. I'll put links to as many of these products that I can in the video description, so you can look at them and compare them. And then obviously stay tuned if you want to see some other stuff, other tours of things I do or how I have stuff set up. Just let me know, and I will try to cover them. So thanks. All right, it's time to go down.